Well, there had been a lot of talk for a convention center here in Wilmington for, as I say, decades, especially starting probably in the early 70s going on through. And there was a big need for a large convention facility on the North Carolina coast. There was not anything that could really house much over 250, 300 people for a meeting. And so Wilmington had the forethought to go ahead and move forward with that. And we were very fortunate as a community that we were able to use the room occupancy tax collections, which is the tax that's paid at hotels by our visitors, to fund the convention center and to be able to pay off the debt as we move forward with that, as well as marketing and improvements on the center.
In 2018, the convention center did extremely well. We saw an increase in attendance, we saw an increase in hotel room nights that are generated by the bookings, and we hosted more convention groups that allowed for our hotels to host a lot of these events. It allows for our shops and our restaurants in the area to also benefit from these convention groups. Typically, convention centers are economic drivers and they typically do not make a profit. In 2018, we made a profit. It was the first time in the history of the convention center that the center made a profit. What that means to us, this convention center for the first 8 or 9 years was doing mostly banquet events, one-day events. With conventions, they're in the building 3 or 4 days a week. So we saw more conventions than the typical one-day banquet event. During Hurricane Florence, the building, I think we saw a loss in about 20 events, but it was such a strong year for us simply because damage was very limited. The ballroom was not damaged, so it allowed us to continue to host many conventions and corporate events. Our clients were very supportive in working with us around some of the damage, so we never skipped a beat.
Whenever the convention center was built at the original time, of course, there was not a hotel adjacent to the convention center. Fortunately, we've seen in the last couple of years, of course, the Embassy Suites is open right next to the convention center. But we've also seen other growth here in the downtown area as far as additional retail, restaurants, and especially the hotel inventory. We've had several other properties, the Hampton Inns, the Courtyard, the Hotel Ballast did a complete makeover in the downtown area, and of course we have the Aloft that will be coming soon. And just the whole environment and seeing the impact it has, those hotels more than likely would not be here if we did not have the convention center here to help support the rooms that they have in them. So we've been able to look at larger groups, which is really exciting for us, and we've kind of taken that leap from a 250 to 500 size group to 500 to 750. And each person that we can bring into that convention center is another person that we're introducing to Wilmington and our area beaches and as a destination as a whole. Well, another way that we've been able to see our markets expand is using our airport and our direct flights as well as our hub cities that we have with Wilmington International Airport. We've been able to look at such cities, of course, as Atlanta and Charlotte, but also DC, Philadelphia. We're looking at the Chicago market. So that's been real exciting for us as well to be able to utilize that.
What's exciting about here is the destination. There's not many destinations that were on the water. Everything's convenient within walking distance, and it's just a nice city.
Well, from my perspective, as far as the convention center and the impact it's had, and what's so exciting for me is to see just the whole transformation of the northern end of town as a result. Being a native, growing up here, and just seeing the changes of it going from more industrial warehouse look to this beautiful, vibrant riverfront area that's just extended by the Riverwalk, by the marina, the restaurants, the retail, and using our Wilmington Convention Center as the hub is just very exciting, and I can't think of a better job than it is to help promote the convention center being here.